And then in like, so you tour around the world, and then you go back there to countryside by yourself. Is that the case?
Well, yeah, pretty much, yeah. I've been only living here now for about a month, so I'm not sure how that's gonna work. But I would think that as soon as I get back home or get back to Finland, I'll head here and take it easy for a little while before the next gig. So,
how's the contrast?
The what?
Contrast.
Oh yeah, I like it. It's good because you can tune down here when you come to this place. You can totally tune down and enjoy your time. And it seems to be so also that I'm a lot more, how would you say, productive here than I was in the city. I actually get a lot more stuff done. I play a lot more music and yeah, I think the free space and open space is good for me.
So when did you start this music? Like for the first time?
I think I started to play guitar maybe on the 3rd grade, but that was more about my dad had a guitar, so I was kind of fiddling around with that.
So 3rd grade, you're like 10?
Yeah, 10-ish. I think it got a little bit more serious on the 7th grade when I was 13, 14. That's when I started to actually practice, and we even had some bands at that time. But music has been quite a big part at my home since I was a small kid. We've had a lot of records, and we've been listening to a lot of music and watching VHS tapes. All kinds of live performances from different bands. But I think I started to seriously play when I was maybe 13, 14.
So your dad plays?
A little bit. He's had that as a hobby, I guess, since he was a young kid. So he's always had guitars and he's always listened to a lot of music.
Do you think it had an effect that there was, well, possibly, of course, yeah, that there was instruments in the house all the time?
Yeah, it had an effect, and I think the biggest effect was that there was tons of different LPs, different live videos and stuff like that. So I somehow found that really interesting, and I kept on watching those performances by different bands, and I kept on listening to music, and I think that was one of the biggest effects. And also my older brother started playing drums when he was, I don't know, 13 or something. So I also found it really interesting when they started their first band, and I was really proud and went to see them a lot and thought that it looked and sounded pretty cool.
So what was like the first music that you remember? Because you said that you had a lot of records.
Yeah. I do remember listening to this kids album. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a Christmas album. And I think the first artist that I remember listening to was Jimi Hendrix and his album Axis Bold as Love. Because I do remember asking my mother that what does Foxy Lady mean, and she tried to come up with a PG rated answer for that.
You remember what she said?
I think she said something like, well, you know, that's a little bit different, girl, or something like that. I do remember asking that. I remember it was in our living room, and I was watching some sort of a videotape of Jimi Hendrix performing, and he was playing Foxy Lady, and I recognized that song, that it was Foxy Lady, and I asked my mom that, do you know what that means? And she goes, well, it's just a little bit different, girl, you know. Go play.
Yeah.